it comes up. Well, probably they got searchlights. The whole place is full of searchlights and everything. And if they get you trapped in searchlights, combed, as we were when we went through the Ruhr that time, then they see the flak coming up, and they've got proximity fuses on the shells they're throwing at you, and they burst close to you. And that throws what we actually call the flak, the bursts of these shells breaking. And you can hear that hitting your fuselage, and if you're lucky, it doesn't hit any vital part. It goes through the damages, the fuselage and the wings and that kind of thing. And then when it comes to you, level, if you happen to be looking out the window, zoom, it goes by you if it hasn't exploded as it gets to you. So that's what my best explanation of flak is.
How big is this shell? Like, how far will it explode? 20 feet or 100 feet? What?
Oh, it would show. I can say. Probably, I'd say lots of times within 100 feet, within 50 feet. I don't think we ever had a direct hit on airplanes. Maybe somebody's going to tell you today they had a direct hit.
And when it explodes and it sends little pieces of metal.
Yes, that's right.
And describe the fact what it's made of and what it's trying to get. Is it going for your engines? Is it going for your fuel tank? What's it doing?
Well, I think they're just they're aiming for about 4 miles away, and all they want to do is hit the airplane. The fighter boys tried to hit the crew, or if we were attacked by fighters, they'd come under you and try and shoot up and try to hit the pilot. But that was a different attitude. But we're talking about flak. It was red hot metal coming up at you, and jagged metal. The shell would break, and it would explode. And if it didn't make a direct hit on you, explode in the airplane, do real damage. It would throw all these bits of metal at you, and probably hit the airplane and turn it on fire, hit a gas tank, burn it, or damage controls. So there's all kinds of possibilities of damage with flak.
So now you're flying and you're over a city, and the pathfinders have gone in and they've dropped the flares. Have you been looking out the window and seeing a plane hit and seeing some of your friends go down?
Usually I had my head down at my desk. I was responsible to get the airplane there on time, and it was my job to check him on my watch and get him there on time and get him through and time him after the bombs were gone. Time him because we had to do a turn, say 3 or 4 minutes after the bombs gone. We had to stay long enough for our camera to work. You'd probably understand that, the camera to work and take the pictures of the bomb site and that kind of thing. And it was my job to time them on the way out. So I didn't really get an opportunity to take a look, although periodically, once in a while, I'd get up and take, as you know, in the Halley, there was a nice big plastic nose on it, and you'd get up and stand inside. And coming up to a target, you could stand in there and see this tremendous fireworks display. There's never in my life been a fireworks display anywhere in Canada that came close to those targets. The flak coming up and exploding.
So what did you feel like on your last mission when you got in the plane and knowing that this was the last mission you'd be going on, and you just knew that if you got there and got back, you were going to be able to go home?
I didn't know it was my last mission. I was ready to go on and on and on. Actually, it was my 37th, I think, my last trip. But I didn't know it. I was hanging around the flight waiting for the orders to go out on the next one. My skippers came along and told me that we'd finished. The trip, we were over. So I had no excitement or no feelings or scared or frightened or anything, being the last mission.
How do you feel about the monument being built in London and in regards to, in memory of the fellows that didn't come back? How do you feel about that?
I think it's a tremendous monument. I've seen pictures of it before I came here. Somebody, friends in Britain, sent me a copy. And I've seen actual crews stand around like those people are standing around on that monument. You know, I tried to pick, I haven't got one close enough to see the navigator, but I'm sure he's the one carrying a parachute and a bag of maps kind of thing. He was the one that was loaded down. But they look real, it looks like a real crew to me. And I often think of it as being similar to our war memorial here in Ottawa with those guys coming through that arch. I think that's very real, and I think our monument, our Bomber Command monument, is equal to that.
So do you feel any sense of pride about the fact that they've finally recognized you?
Oh, I feel a tremendous amount of pride. there's only one regret I think I have. There's nothing crediting the ground crews. You know, I think those people who serviced our airplanes, and there was about 4-member ground crew assigned to every airplane.